contact your corporate controller on the designated frequency.
Hi, this is the Professional Amateur Hour coming to you with another review. This time we're talking Space Truckers. This 1996 movie is directed by Stuart Gordon and stars Dennis Hopper, Stephen Dorff, and Debbie Mazar. The story of this one is that there's this poor Jersey girl somewhere in outer space, and she wants to get back to Earth for some reason, but is too poor to, afford a ticket. So this charming older trucker proposes marriage in exchange for a ride back to Earth, and she agrees, and then they team up with kind of the sidekick character, and then together they take on this dubious cargo delivery of like killer androids back to Earth. Then they attach their truck to the trailer and they're off to the races. What will happen exactly? You'll have to watch the movie and find out. Right, so what works with this movie? Well, this movie does kind of have a fun factor. It is, truckers in outer space. That's quite a fun idea. And so it is, a fun kind of adventure story. And then, of course, they throw in kind of some like fun elements to it, like pirates, and then this like corporate guy, and they have a space diner, but it's like the, what's it called? The 2001 Space Odyssey, where it's like a circle space diner. That's pretty cool. I thought the funnest moment was when they're in their truck and for whatever reason it's getting hot and they're like, oh, better take off all our clothes. I mean, it's just so hot in here.
Do you mind?
Oh, no. Go for it. Yeah, do the same.
And I thought that was lots of fun. So there's definitely a lot of fun elements in this story. In addition, I thought the acting was quite good. There's Debbie, you know who I'm talking about. She has always the same accent, so she's fine with that. The other two male characters are fine. I think Dennis, he's pretty good in most things that he does, so all the acting is pretty good. In addition, I thought all the special effects were pretty good, whether it was practical or CGI. The practical effects, they have this like round diner. I thought that was a really cool idea. And the robots themselves have some good like practical effects with them. And then the CGI definitely holds up to today. It's just, space trucks going around, but at the same time, it has aged pretty well and would hold up to today's quality of CGI. So there's definitely lots of good things like that too. And lastly, these space movies are nothing without their spaceships. And this one has a pretty cool spaceship. It really looks like it is like a trucker spaceship where you're just looking to like haul things across space. And it has this little cockpit area, and that's really it. Very simple design, but very believable at the same time. I really thought that this was, the type of ship that you could spend, days in trekking across space. And so it really made it feel like kind of this road trip movie that was really fun to see. All right, so what doesn't work with this movie? Well, you definitely have to leave your modern day sensibilities at the door. You probably noticed in my little rundown, someone offers marriage for a ride. And I thought that was pretty creepy and cringy. And there's another scene with like a kind of a cyborg guy that's really cringy. And so there's lots of things that kind of just, rub me the wrong way. But as long as you can kind of forget about that and go along with the story, then you should be able to have a good time. In addition, I thought there were like a lot of like tonal shifts within this movie. The first 10 minutes, it's all about violence and explosions. And then it's something comedic, and then, something, they're propositioning each other. And it's just very all over the place with tone. And so I found myself kind of not engaging with the story as much because of that, just very strange tonal shifts. And lastly, I think this thing bothered me just because I'm a fan of some other media. I do really like the show The Expanse, and in that show they have like magnetic boots that attach them to the floor. However, in this one, they have a magnetic floor and then metal boots. And so that just bothered me. Like, you have to have so much more magnet to make a magnet floor than you do magnet boots. So that was the last thing that I think bothered me. And that brings me to who I would recommend this movie for. Well, I think if you like the movie Ice Pirates from the 80s, I think this has like a similar entertainment level to it. If you're just looking for like a sci-fi movie, you could do it. I would say save it for a rainy day or something, but you know, don't go seeking it out. As for a rating, I'm going to give this one a 3.4. That is a score of double meh. Having said that, I think that's all I wanted to say, so I will see you next time.